when they say them, they, you know, and talking about the things going on your show, you know, he can highlight that he's talking about them 3 women very clearly. He wants to be clear that he's talking about the females that was on my panel, and watch how he laughed at the stuff Kwame said about. Just watch how fake this dude is, man. I can't stand these spineless ass males. Done had their backs broke with dick. I can't stand these niggas. These fake ass undercover ass, man, listen, I'm trying not to, man, listen. Fuck these niggas. I ain't gonna even try. I tried before. Fuck this nigga. If Kwame ain't blew his back out yet, he trying to get his back blew out. Bitch ass nigga sitting there admitting that he watched the video and he saw it, but you glossing over all the points that was made. And he's trying to act like somebody is mad or worried or care that he's fucking a white woman. I would smash all my fan subscribers. Nigga, I fuck some of Kwame's subscribers. Fuck is you saying? Nigga, I done fuck some. I probably fuck more of his female subscribers than he did. And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm fucking sorry. Fuck you mean? I would fuck my fine female subscribers. He's basically telling you, I'm not just gay. I don't just take dick in the ass. That's what he's telling y'all. I'm sick of these fraud ass niggas coming on this bitch like they breaking shit now or highlighting what's going on, bringing light to some shit. You throwing shade on niggas' on niggas' work, nigga. I provided real shit on this motherfucker. This sweet ass nigga. Take this, just like Sister T said. Why is this nigga riding Kwame Brown's dick so hard? Kwame Brown is Kwame Brown. That's all these niggas do. Look at this shit. Broke down ass fucking channel, 32,000 subscribers. These niggas, we get the same views, man. Keep telling y'all these niggas is clowns. Give a fuck about no 32,000 subscribers and you got 3,800 views, 1,600 views, 2,800 views. These niggas is goofies. And I'm fucking tired of this shit. Want to talk around niggas, scared to say niggas' names. But talking about what niggas' content is about. Can't debunk shit I'm saying, just want to sprinkle his shit on it. No clown ass niggas. Look at this nigga chat. Look how he roasted Queen Regina and Sister T. Hey, he don't talk about women though. Watch how he laughs at the women talked about on all black women. But watch how he put his cape on for JJ, a bitch that's drugging people. He ain't got shit to say about this bitch. You ain't see that? You big-eyed bitch? Them big eyes missed that. His big beady-eyed ass missed that. You missed this bitch drugging motherfuckers. You ain't got nothing to say about that. But you want to laugh at these black women getting talked about by your man crush. That's funny as hell, y'all. That was worthy of content from big-eyed, bug-eyed damn fucking D. Let me laugh at these black women getting talked about by my motherfucking man crush. But I ain't gonna talk about this white bitch putting shit in niggas' drinks. These punk-ass motherfuckers. You ain't see that big-eyed? Somebody tag that big-eyed motherfucker in this video. Please. Make sure he see this.
Yo, hey, call me a hypocrite, whatever you want, bro. Everybody changes their minds and their opinions when you don't know what's going on.
Man, look here, Carlos. Man, look, if you was there, man, Suge been tried to go at damn D. But Damn D never responded. He never give any type of so let me tell y'all why I'm talking about this, right? Because it shocked me that Damn D would even be talking to Suge on any panel, right? Because for the longest, Suge been want to go at Damn D. I'm talking about when he made that rant, and when it came out, that little story about JJ London when she did that interview, to me, I didn't even take that shit seriously, right? But I'm going along with the bullshit, right? So I start mimicking, yeah, y'all talking about, you know, and man, look here. I seen that video. What up with it, Tess? I seen that video, man. I seen that video with Damn D with the hat on up in the goddamn water. I've never seen no shit like that. I'm sorry, y'all. Look, and I'm not even trying to like be disrespectful or nothing of that. I've never saw any man, right? Even here, even going to the lakefront. I have never saw no man with no hat on, bro. Shit, y'all crazy as hell. I mean, to each his own. Shit, I ain't look whatever. Shit, it wouldn't be me though. I ain't wearing no motherfucking hat up in no damn water. I ain't fucking up my damn $50 cap. Shit. Men that's up in the chat, can y'all tell me what the hell happens to a hat like this, a fitted hat, and you wet it up? Shit, I'm not wasting no damn $50 to go in the water. All I got to do is just take that motherfucker off. Fuck it. I mean, hypothetically speaking, because I don't know, what I would think of, what's the word? I'm just hypothetically speaking because I don't know. But I'm just saying, even if you is losing your hair, so fucking what? So what? Cut that shit bald, my nigga, and just let it be free. You might as well just free yourself. Look, again, to each his own. To each his own. I'm not judging. If you want to keep a hat on, hey. Hey, look, it's all type of shit to help you get it back. Shit. It's all type of stuff to help you get it back. Look, Damn D ain't no disrespect now. But shit, come on, my nigga. What do you expect? The only people that's gonna go along with that is the people that support you. They ain't gonna even raise no eyebrows at that shit. But I know deep down, some of them like, come on, man. Why you, Damn D, you wearing your fitted hat? Fitted. Damn D, I know how much you paying for your fitted hats. Shit, them fitted hats is not cheap. My nigga, they not cheap. And they damn sure ain't meant to be all up in the goddamn water. Shit. Fuck that, Brian. Brian, look. Them fitted hats ain't meant for you to be all up in the damn water, dipping your whole damn body up in the damn water now. Now, damn that. Shit, you paid $50 with tax for a fitted hat. If you going to the right store to go get your hats, if you going to the authentic hat store where you get all your fitted hats at and everything, you paying more than $50. Shit. Man, look here. Me personally, y'all, I'm taking my hat off. If my look, shit, how many times you done talked about my damn hairline, Carlos? Shit, how long you done talked about, how you think I give a fuck about what you say about my damn hairline, man? Fuck you. Look, long as I ain't going bald in the back, if my line pushes back just a tad bit here and there, I'll deal with that. But shit, you ain't gonna, man, if I ever get into a pool, water, Man, I'm not sitting up here putting my hat on, man. Man, Brian, man, because you're not going to get me to believe that you just got 50 plus $50 just to throw away, because once you wet the hat, bro, unless you got a mannequin to put your hat on and let it dry so it can keep the shape, that hat through. That hat through. Anybody that got a fitted hat knows what I'm talking about. If your hat get wet, you need a mannequin so you can keep that fitted open. Because once it wet like that, and then you let it air dry, and you don't even put it on something so it can keep stretched, shit, it's over with. Man, boy, maybe so. I don't know, man. I don't know. But shout out to damn D. I ain't got no issue with him. Hey, if you want to be in the water with fitted hats like that and shit, hey, that's on you. But it couldn't be me. Shit, damn that. Shit. What up with it, Slim with 2 M's? What's the word, man? Thirsty Thursday is in effect, ladies and gentlemen. Thirsty Thursday, okay? All right. Now, Carlos, now I noticed something. When you sent me that video about Dr. Umar and Rev Jesse Lee Peterson, bro, you didn't send me the first one. You didn't send me the first one. See, I got to be able to get clarity on where it first started. So guess what, Carlos? I found the first encounter between Dr. Umar and Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson. Yeah. I got to get it from the origin of where it all started. And lo and behold, it came right into my timeline, Carlos. So when I get it, I say, shit, yeah, let's put it all in perspective. If I'm going to break this down, I need to know from the beginning of their back and forth. Fuck all that. Now, I can't get it from just 2. I'm missing a piece of the puzzle. Shit. So, like I said, when it came, I'm like, yeah. Look, the first one I'm very interested in seeing, because if they had heat with each other on round 2, I want to see what it was with round 1. Now, fair use, this is all for entertainment purposes only, and I'm only giving my reaction to this debate between Dr. Umar Johnson and the Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. And man, look, I can't wait to see the first one, because I never saw the first one. So this is going to be a raw reaction. For real, Carlos. I never saw the first one. So wait a minute, let me put it in order, because Dr. Umar Johnson versus the biggest coon. Boy, Dr. Umar don't hold no punches back, I swear. All right, and then here go the second one. I'm going to cue all this up. Hold on. Because I got to cue this up. Hold on. All right. That's the second one. All right, and then, then this one. Then this one. Yeah, I can't wait for this one. So look, y'all come on up in here, hit that like button. We gonna turn up in here. It's all about Umar. It's all about Dr. Umar Johnson. Come on up here, hit that like button.
But I know one thing, bitch. Before you go over there, bring your motherfucking ass over here, motherfuckers. Sister T is not interested. Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches. Needs my help, and I have already discussed this. Behind the scenes, motherfucker. You behind the scenes, he knows. Cause Sister T ain't behind the scenes, motherfucker. Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches. You are the one that's creaming for a seat, not me. Behind the scenes, motherfucker. You run my own show, bitch. I don't need Gilbert. I I don't need no goddamn Quamisha over here, bitches, or no goddamn body else, cause I got Sister T. Till the scenes, bring your motherfucking ass. Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches, just to say that you know somebody. Bitch, I was born here. Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches, knowing somebody. The fuck? Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches. Have faith in yourself. And you wind up like a sugar. And a Sister T. Follow your goddamn body. I don't care who they are. Behind the scenes, I rock for people. I do this. I tried to do it for a dumb motherfucker by the name of Quamisha Brown. It chose to stab me in the goddamn back. And I chose to go and support the motherfuckers. Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches. Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches. Yes, we all know. We've been through Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches. Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches. For example, like a check in your boot. Let me tell you something, bitch. You was licking all between my motherfucking coochie before I kicked you out my motherfucking house, bitch. I recognize that you was a snake. I don't give a fuck, and I'm gonna tell all of y'all. Right now, Sister T, behind the scenes, motherfucker, that's sure only bitches. I'm not on his chat, in his chat, because of you motherfuckers. I'm there to support. Sure. Fuck what you niggas think about me, because first of all, you didn't give a fuck about me when he was coming after me, and vice versa. So what make me think you gonna care for me now, bitches? Let me tell you the difference between shooting and giving rings. Suge was honest with his shit with me, and so was Gilbert. Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches. Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches. Motherfuckers that be in the chat, typing your goddamn ass off and all that shit. Fuck you, bitches. And I'm not saying, and let me tell you something. Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches. Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches. And if you do, bitches, it's because you didn't support. Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches. Bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches. And bring your motherfucking ass over here, bitches and niggas. Checking your booth and you another. What's that other bitch? What's that bitch?
Behind the scenes, motherfucker. Behind the
What
scenes,
is
motherfucker.
that bitch name? Behind the scenes, motherfucker. Daughter of Zion.
Daughter of Zion.
Listen, bitch, unblock me before you wanna talk shit on me, ho. Behind the scenes, motherfucker. You stinking ass bitches wanna type in the chat and talk all that bullshit about me, but block me where I can't respond for myself. Behind the scenes, motherfucker. Let me tell you,
Damn, daughter of Zion.
it's my goddamn platform. I support people because I support them, not because of you motherfuckers. Behind the scenes, you either rock with me or you don't. I don't give a fuck who you like. Now, daughter of Zion and you checking you. Stay the fuck away from me, bitches. I don't care if you love Suge's dirty goddamn draws, bitches. Stay the fuck away from Sister T. Behind the scenes like that 5-0 hoe, when I see a snake with you bitches until you show me differently. Goddamn snake. You started with me first, bitches. I ain't know you motherfuckers. And let me tell you something else, hoes. Behind the scenes, until you goddamn apologize to me, I don't give a goddamn who you apologize to for me. But until you apologize to me, fuck you bitches.
And do y'all know, even to this day, I still don't know what the fuck daughter Zion did to Sister T to make her snap out of it like that. Yeah, Brian, you was here with the show when Sister T called me talking about some ha ha ha. She said, yeah, bitch ass nigga, what you doing? I'm like, Sister T, what the fuck do you want? Why are you calling me? Yeah, bitch ass niggas, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Brian, I went ballistic on her, and she was live. At that time, Sister T was desperate for some goddamn content. See, that's all what that shit was all about. Yeah, bitch ass nigga. I say, look, I ain't even have to worry about, look, I ain't even think about how she even got my number. I say, well, no, because I used to have people call in to the show. Yeah, right. Brian, she tried to lie about that shit and everything. You knew I was gonna show the proof. Oh, dude, I wasn't gonna let Sister T get away with that shit. No, we live. Look, that's how dumb she is, though, Brian. She did it while I was live. Think about that, Brian. She did that shit, called me. Y'all heard the phone ring. I answered the phone, and then when I realized it was Sister T, I'm like, well, what the fuck is you calling me for? Yeah, bitch nigga, yeah, ooh, yeah, bitch nigga. What your bitch ass doing, nigga? What my bitch? Lady, I'm about to flag the fuck up out of you. That's what the fuck I was about to do. Shit, the fuck, I'm all these bitch ass niggas and shit you calling me. What the fuck is you calling me for? Why do you want to call a bitch ass nigga? I didn't understand that. Like, bro, if you a bitch ass nigga, I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm not calling. I don't call bitch ass niggas. Let's just be totally honest. So we already knew what the fuck she was doing. Yeah, she was grasping for some damn content. But see, Sister T in real life, though, she didn't want that type of smoke from old Johnny Blaze. Because, see, I didn't care nothing about it. And see, the only reason I ain't give her no smoke because it was already bad enough. Damn deep was, annihilating her and shit. So I just played with her and talked a little shit here and there. But in real life, though, I'm not doing that with no damn Sister T, Now, she funny when she cursed me out, though. Shit, hell, I even played her drops. Shit. She like, what type of bitch-ass nigga is this? He playing the drops that's disrespecting him. I'm playing her drops. You feel what I'm saying? Shit, I'm playing her drop or her disrespecting me. Got me all in the damn picture with the drop. I don't even know who the hell made the drop. But I'm playing it. I'm playing it because I'm letting you know right there. I don't give a fuck about the damn drop. I'm going to laugh at this shit if it's funny. And I did. I laughed at it. And then guess what? She tried to flag my channel. And I reversed it. And she was mad. And she knew then, no, you can't fuck with me. No way, Sister T. Stay in your damn lane. I'll stay in my damn lane. I already don't too much care for you like that. But I know how to stay the fuck up out your damn way. How about that? Because it was never about you and it was never about me ever going at you. You was trying to be a distraction for your beloved old busty bus. Crazy ass. You give up your first YouTube check. Now, that's the most dumbest shit to me in the world. Give a damn about that if that was a goddamn busty bus from the NBA former #1 draft. I didn't care nothing about all that. I wouldn't have cared nothing about all that. He could have never got my first YouTube check, which you went live for and bust your ass for. And you give it to another man after I said shit. Nope. And Lord behold, you on the opposite side of him now. Now you don't like him. Now he every bitch ass nigga. Now you disrespecting his family. See, like shit like that to me, I can't respect. I can't respect it. Because in my opinion, you should have kept the same energy. You should have just walked away clean. But no, you didn't. And that's your business. It is what it is. I ain't judging. You had to see it in your own time as far as what type of individual Kwame Brown was. He don't know how to keep loyal supporters. Good afternoon, Tanya. How are you? Hope all is well. See, one thing we do know about the old Busty Bus, the old Busty Bus do not know how to keep his loyal supporters that was actually supporting supporting the content. If you think about it, he can sit up here and act like I'm a detractor all the fuck he want. I'm not your fucking detractor. I'm not your fucking enemy. If I talk about you, it's just jokes and I leave it for what it is on YouTube and that's it. All that personal shit, like I said before, my nigga, I'm not ever doing that with nobody. So I don't do the personal shit. That's why it ain't no sense in me even engaging. But see, if you want to just tell some jokes, I'm all for some jokes now. But when you get all personal, you got to dox people and all that, then guess what? I will exit stage left because I didn't sign up for none of that type of shit in the first place. Problem is, people are not creative with the jokes. Sometimes you ain't even got to, you most definitely ain't got to say the same thing because sometimes these people will sit up and write the jokes on their own. All you got to do is just sit back. You will have new material every goddamn time. You just sit back and because they want to be seen, they want to be heard. So they gonna make sure to let everybody know who they is some type of way. I only did that to Kwame Brown, hit his panel. And plus, I wasn't even a content creator at that time. I was literally a supporter. So that's why I don't sit up and be talking about them people over there, y'all, because I understand they supporting Kwame Brown. At one point, I supported Kwame Brown. So I won't be no hypocrite. But in time, they have to see what we all eventually in our own time we saw from Kwame Brown. And like I said, ain't no like ill will feelings or nothing like that. Not at this point. I'm good. No, I'm good. That's why I don't have to indulge in talking about all what you got going on because I really don't give a shit about that. That's your business. Do you? I'm only going to talk about something if it's really, really trending. You feel what I'm saying? That would be the only way. Otherwise, all this other extracurricular shit you may or may not have going on, I ain't talking about all that. Fuck that. But anyway, let's get into the first video, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sitting up here running my goddamn mouth. Let's get into the first video. Again, fair use. This is for entertainment purposes only and to just give my reaction to the debate between Dr. Umar Johnson and the Rev Jesse Lee Peterson.
This is how to get in shape fast.
If you want to drop this, start eating more of these.
But I'm not African, though. I don't feel like an African. I don't think like an African. I don't look like an African.
Well, that's because of
I am 100%. I'm 100% American. I have with me for the manhood hour, and he will be taking your call, Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Johnson is a psychologist and Pan-Africanist. He wrote the book Psychoacademic Holocaust. The special education and ADHD war against Black boys. Very interesting. I wanted to talk to him about these and other issues. Dr. Johnson, welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning. The honor's mine. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you being here, buddy. The first thing I'd like to ask you, just take about 10 seconds or so. What is a Pan-Africanist?
Pan-Africanist.
That is, look, Jesse Lee, Reverend Jesse Lee. That was a good question, though, because I want to know the true definition of a Pan-African. That's what I want to know. Okay, I want to know because I don't know. Look, when you don't know what you're supposed to do, either look it up or ask somebody who does know. I don't have a clue about what's a Pan-African. I don't know. So good question so far, Reverend.
Is someone who believes that all African people, irrespective of culture, language, religion, class, or nationality, are members of one human family, and that they should primarily identify themselves as members of that human family before they identify themselves as members of any other group, religious, secular, or otherwise. So we believe that being African is more important and should take precedence over being Christian, Muslim, a Greek, a Mason, or...
What the fuck? Why are you? Oh my gosh! You know what? Damn that. Let me Google this shit, because you're not answering the question of what's a Pan-African. You rambling. All right, so I'm Googling the definition of Pan-Africanism. Shit, the fuck? Pan-Africanism is a political, culture, and economic movement that seeks to unify and strengthen bonds between all people of African descent. It emphasized the shared heritage and destiny of Africans on the continent and in its diaspora, advocating for solidarity, decolonialization, and the empowerment of African people. I looked this up. Now, I just looked it up. I just looked up the word Pan-African. What is a Pan-African? A political and culture and economic movement that seeks to unify and strengthen bonds between all people of African descent. That's the meaning. See, all that other shit that he talking about, no, you're not giving the actual true meaning. I don't want to hear all that babble. Hey, I just looked it up, not worth it. Apparently, they got it too.
Or anything else. And the second tenet of Pan-Africanism is that we have an international responsibility to work together in order to collectively improve the conditions under which African people live. Pan-Africanism posits that we can't really rise as separate groups. We have to rise as one because our conditions are so intimately linked in with one another that you can't possibly realize success on the regional or national level without working with the whole international African family.
Amazing. And so does that include white people too who are born and raised in Africa?
Okay. No. Pan-Africanism believes in self-reliance. And so when we talk about Pan-Africanism, we're talking about a self-reliant movement of African people solving their own problems, which is no different than what other groups.
Now, Dr. Umar, let me make sure I say this the right way. Dr. Umar Johnson, do you know that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., that was fighting for our rights, right, sir? And you're a smart man. You do understand that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. actually worked with white people and even Malcolm X. So that's the reason why I be finding you to really frown your nose up at the white man so hard, because the other your predecessors, right, our predecessors, they dealt with white people, sir. But they, nonetheless, though, Carlos, it don't matter if they didn't start doing it. They eventually start dealing with white people. And they got out of the certain mindset that it just got to be just straight black. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, again, that's the way I see it. I'm not trying to deter your opinion about it. That's the way I see it, though.
Within the human family do. European Jews primarily work with European Jews. Arabs work with Arabs. East Indians primarily work amongst themselves. So if we look at the way in which most cultures operate, they operate with a degree of exclusivity. And as African people, we reserve the right to also be exclusive.
So are you saying that color first, then?
No, I don't. I don't. I'm about to tell you who really don't like Dr. Umar, and it ain't me. Look, I don't know if y'all know about this content creator, right? Look, I'm about to show y'all who really don't like Dr. Umar. Shit. Nah, I ain't gonna take that title. Hey, look, I be checking out his content when he be talking about Dr. Umar, right? Look, Leon Honor. If I said Leon Honor, bro, his whole, if you go to his channel, bro, it's nothing but Dr. Umar. I'm talking about I could just scroll up. You ain't gonna see no other content on his channel but Dr. Umar. He breaks down everything, the numbers, all of that shit. All of that. Look, like, bro, he really don't, when I say he don't like Dr. Umar, bro, he got it in bad for Dr. Umar. So no, I ain't making my damn channel all about no goddamn Dr. Umar. No. I talk about him here and there just for entertainment purposes. I don't take that man seriously. Shit, fuck that. It's just for content to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I don't give a shit.
Religion, nationality, and then the rest?
Not color, because color is a superficial characteristic. Color is nothing more than a symbol of culture and history and biological connectivity. So we would say African family first. Not all Africans have.
Man, not worth it. It ain't worth it to me to even talk to him. I talk to anybody, but it gotta still be worth it. It gotta be worth my time. I'm not about to go around in circles with this Negro. I'm gonna let him be great. Talk to somebody else. Have a good conversation with somebody else, but not me. I ain't talking to him. No. See, I'm gonna protect my spirit now, not worth it. It's just certain people, man, it ain't worth the hassle to even have a conversation with the man. None of that. No, I wouldn't even subject myself, because that wouldn't even be good content. I ain't even gonna hold you. That wouldn't be good content for me to talk to no damn Dr. Umar. Hell no, I don't give a fuck. Look, shit. Okay, no more slander. No more slander. No more defamation of this man's character. Okay, I got you. Not worth it. I got you.
Have an obvious African look. Most of us do. You can generally tell who is and is not a direct descendant of the original inhabitants of Nile Valley culture. But not all of us look obviously or phenotypically African. We have Africans who can look European and look like other races, because we are the mothers and fathers of all other people. It's not uncommon to see some of us look like other people. But yes, most of us are phenotypically African, but not all of us. So it is the DNA that makes us African.
So it's African first and then the rest. But let me ask, in America, this doesn't include Black Americans who were born in this country. We're not a part of that stuff, right? Because we are Americans. But how?
No, sir.
But how is that?
No,
I mean, for example, I was born in America, down in Alabama, and I'm 100% American. So I wouldn't be a part of this African stuff, right?
No, that's totally incorrect. Pan-Africanism as a philosophy was actually born in the Western Hemisphere. Pan-Africanism came from the Americas. It came from the Caribbean and went to Africa. So believe it or not, ironically, it was created by quote unquote American Africans. And so when we talk about Pan-Africanism, as I said earlier, in this definition, it includes all African people, wherever we may live. That's the entire purpose of the philosophy, is to make African people understand.
All right. You're right, because I just looked it up. So you're absolutely correct, Dr. Umar. You're correct.
That regardless of where you may be, you're still African. There's European Jews all over the planet, but there's still European Jews.
But I'm not African, though. I don't feel like an African. I don't think like an African. I don't look like an African.
Well, that's because of
I am 100%. I'm 100% American.
If you choose to identify politically as an American,
not politically, I am an American.
Okay, well, allow me to make my statement. If you choose to psychologically and politically identify as an American, then so be it. But genetically and biologically, you may be African.
No, I'm not.
Biological, well, it's okay to be in denial. Most Africans are. You have to understand we suffer from a collective psychosis.
Is this
and it sounds like that you might be suffering from that yourself?
Is this like that stuff that Louis Farrakhan and Jeremiah Wright Jr. Obama's preaching, talk about this black liberation, let me just ask, this black liberation stuff? That's what this is all about.
Well, let me clarify. I respect Minister Farrakhan and Reverend Wright, but I'm not followers of either. I think they've done some good things, but neither of them are Pan-Africans. And I think to get the most.
What? So, Dr. Umar, can I ask you something, sir? And I mean no slander and no defamation of your character, but what would be wrong with you wanting to work with the minister, Louis Farrakhan? I don't get that. Because he's not Pan-African. What? Are you that? Oh my gosh. You that vain? Oh my gosh.
Most accurate representation of what they stand for, you would probably need to speak with one of Minister Farrakhan's ministers. He has several who are more than capable of answering those questions. Right. I wouldn't want to speak for what he actually stands for. I'm a Pan-Africanist. He's not.
Brad said because he want to eat pork. That's why. Right, his fat ass. Because his religion. But wait a minute. So ain't he trying to really make? Because no slander and no defamation of character here. But I'm just wondering then, ain't he trying to make Pan-African like his own thing, his own religion to a certain degree? He's really like moving and grooving, being the Pan-African prince. So, I mean, I was just wondering now. I was just wondering. No. I ain't call him. No defamation. No slander. I ain't. That wasn't me that said that. No, that was somebody else. Not worth. That wasn't me.
So, although we both fight for the liberation of Black people, we have two different ideologies.
So then, what would you say about this thing that's happening in America? You have Black Africans coming here into this great nation, and they're doing very well. They're getting educated. They're starting their own businesses. They have strong families. And the Blacks who live here, because they have been whimpering and whining and begging for so long, relying on the government and have their children out of wedlock and looking to the so-called Black leadership to do and think for them, they are jealous of those black people who are coming here and becoming more independent. So they're not getting along at all. What would you say about that situation if they're all one?
Well, okay. Well, first, I would not agree with your assessment. First off, I do not think that African Americans are jealous of our brothers and sisters.
Well, why do they fight with them the way they do with the white folks?
Well, if you look at our history under white supremacy, you will find that there has been the engineering of internal differences amongst African people. You see those internal differences at play.
So the white man is to blame for that too?
Allow me to finish, if I could. I'll be brief. But you see those internal differences at play every day in Africa, where there are no African Americans present, and you also see those internal differences at play here in America, even when Africans from the continent are not here. We have been engineered to work against each other.
So the white man is making the black Americans fight against the black African. So blacks don't have any sense at all. Are you saying that? Let me take a break. I'll let you respond when I come back. Dr. Umar Johnson is with me. He is a psychologist and Pan-Africanist. He wrote the book Psychoacademic Holocaust and the Special Education in ADHD War Against Black Males. I want to talk to him about that as well and tell you how to get his book.
Damn, that's messed up because that Cash App is no longer available for Dr. Umar because low-level scumbag YouTubers flagged this Cash App down. And that ain't nice. That's you know, you messing with a man's money. That I ain't gonna even hold you. That ain't nice.
So Dr. Johnson, are you telling me that black people in America are so dumb that white people can even cause them to be jealous of black Africans who come here and do very well?
I think that what you're failing to recognize is when you control access to opportunity, you can sow the seeds of division and behavior that causes members within a particular group to work against their own best interests, to look out for their own selfish personal advancement. And that's exactly what happens amongst African people. For example, and I work with Africans from the continent. I'm a Pan-African. I'll be going to Ghana this summer, leading a group.
What the fuck? Now see, this is why I be having a problem with you, Dr. Umar. You just stated that just because of you being a Pan-African, you don't have to be from over there in that continent, from that country. You don't have to be from over there to be a Pan-African. But then you just straight up told the man, yeah, I'm a Pan-African. Of course I'm going to did you or did you not just say that it don't matter that it can't originated from here? Oh, well, no, never mind, excuse me. Make sure I quote you the right way. You said that it stems from what was that? Bahamas? Did you say the Bahamas? The Caribbean. You said it stemmed from there, and then it worked its way into into America. So this is why I be getting confused with you, man.
So is that a yes?
Let me make the statement. Let me make the statement, please. Because when you deal with these types of issues, they're not yes, no answers. You have to provide the context.
Not worth it.
And what I briefly want...
Right, not worth it. It's from anywhere. Exactly what he stated. It don't necessarily means that they from Africa or none like that. They could be from here. You feel what I'm saying? They could be from anywhere. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what he had threw me off at right there. I'm like, wait a minute, you just said it. It don't just be, if that's the origin of where it started from, then let that be the answer. But you said that it didn't start initially from Africa. That's why I'm getting a little confused about with this.
To say is that when Africans come to America, and I know this because I've been told this by many Africans here, they are told, okay, when they come through customs, when they come through immigration, that they would be better off if they didn't deal with Africans who are already here. They're told this when they go through their orientations, that it's best to stay away from us. So many of them are afraid of mixing with African Americans because they understand that the American government does not look favorably upon us. And if you're here on a student visa or a work visa or any type of other temporary placement in America, you can be deported very quickly if they catch you working with Dr. Umar Johnson. So that's one of the reasons for the schisms between us and them. What? They're not allowed to be around us without being risking deportation.
Amazing. So that is a yes, that the white man influence is so great that he can influence Black Americans to hate Black Africans when they come
Black
here.
Americans do not hate Africans.
They are jealous of them, their success.
I do not believe that at all.
They're always saying that these Africans
jealous of an African.
They're always saying that they say that.
Let me nip this in the bud right now. Nurse Petty, can you relieve Ronald Jones from up out of the chat, please? And thank you. Ronald Jones, you're not welcome over here. Okay? You don't have to speak to me. I don't care if you don't ever speak to me. I don't want you typing up in my chat, the end. Have a nice day, okay? See, I'm not gonna be phony with you because I don't mess with you. You just try to stir the pot up as much as you can, say all type of old slick shit up out your fucking mouth. So guess what? I'm gonna help you on up out of here. See, you want to be able to talk to people all up in here and everything. Bye-bye. I said I'm not going to be phony with you being up in here because I don't fuck with you. Okay? I don't sit up here and phony kick it with motherfuckers that sit up here on other people's panels and sit up here and talk on me like I be sitting up here worried about you. Let me get back to the show.
Yeah, these African people who come here, the Blacks who come here, think that they are better than we are. So that is jealousy. That's the same thing they said about the whites, the Jews, any group that have done well in this country.
Let me say this. Two things you're overlooking. Number one, the Africans who are allowed to come to America are allowed to come here because customs and immigration knows that they're not going to get out of hand. There's a lot of revolutionary Pan-Africanists in Africa who have never been allowed to come to America. I have friends in Senegal, friends in Nigeria, friends in South Africa who've been trying to come to America, not to live, just to visit me. And their visas have constantly been turned down.
But there are a lot of folks who try to come here and can't get here.
Hold on. Let me. The Africans who is allowed to come to America is not the one who's likely to work with African people against white supremacy for our collective betterment.
Well, we don't want troublemakers here.
Well, I don't consider someone fighting for their rights a troublemaker. When the European Jews stood up against the Nazis, they weren't making trouble. They were defending their human rights. And that's exactly what we do when we stand up.
Yeah, I know how you get down. Anything that comes in as Ronald Jones, moderators just had all his accounts. He's not going to interrupt the show.
Now, if defending our rights, our human rights, makes us troublemakers, then so be it. But the other thing you're missing is all immigrants who come to America are giving preferential treatment over African Americans because we are not wanted here. The other thing you're missing
don't want you
is
here?
All immigrants. Hold on.
Who don't want you here,
come
sir?
To America. Let me finish this.
No, tell me this first. Who don't want you? Who don't want you here?
I'm listening to you.
No, you're not listening to me. You.
Let me make this
I ask you a question and you go on and on.
2 seconds. 2 second statement, and that.
Now, I'm actually with Rev Jesse Lee Peterson on that one. But who don't want you here? I'm just saying. Who don't want you here, Dr. Umar? If you don't mind me asking.
That is this. All other non-white peoples who come to America are giving access to capital and resources that allows them the opportunity to build up business and commerce. And the same banks that give them that opportunity practice financial racism against black people, which prevent us from having an opportunity to build up economic infrastructure. Racism is at the root of all of the
This man right here is hilarious, man. So look, all my life, y'all, this whole time, the white man ain't been wanting me here in the first place. Ain't that about a bitch? The white man, all my life, all this time I've been on this damn earth, and the white man didn't even want me here to begin with. Hey, I think, look, not worth it to be fair. I think we all tolerate each other because shit, hell, we look, at some point we all tolerate each other. Shit, them white folks need us black folks to sit up there and do the work. I'm trying to tell you. Shit, them white folks need to appoint bosses, supervisors, managers, GMs. Because you think they want to do all this damn work. The owners don't want to do no damn work. They just want to order people around, pay the bills, and then look for their profits. Hey, look, shit. Either way, not worth it. You don't escape it to me either way. Just because you are honest, shit, you still got to deal with the higher up white folks. Excuse me, that's going to tax the fuck up out of you or you may catch a little tax break or whatever, but you still going to get taxed by the white man. The more money you make, the more the white man going to take. And that's just the way that it always went. If you making all this, I'm talking about 7 figures, 8 figures, oh yeah, they got their hands out. And when they find out that you ain't paid them, boy, that's your ass. You gonna get garnished. They gonna repossess shit, repossess your house. You got to sit, boy, you just gonna be all the way fucked up. And you didn't have these entertainers that sits up here, live. I actually went outside of what it was, what this is, but I was just thinking out loud. My bad, not worth it. My bad. Let's get back to it.
The ills that we suffer, Jesse. Okay. We do not control the miseducation system. We do not control the criminal justice system.
Hey, hold on.
We do not control the economy.
Doctor, hold on.
Stop blaming the victim.
You said a lot.
I need you, my brother,
hold on.
to stop blaming the victim, and I need you to start loving your people. And I want you to be an argument for your people and not for their oppressors.
Doctor, you're saying a lot here. First, are you comparing white Americans to the Nazis?
We could.
And that's what you're doing? Are you doing that?
We could. Yes, we very well could, because
I said, are you doing that?
Yes, because the extermination campaign, against African men in America is no different than the Nazi extermination campaign of European Jews. They are identical. What is being done to black men now? You have concentration camps in America.
So, Dr. Umar, can I ask this question? When you go to these seminars and you go to these buildings, do a black man own them buildings? Or do a white man own them buildings? Or do a Chinese individual own that building? I mean, since you so pro-black and you pan-African, I'm just wondering, when you go to these events, who actually owns those buildings that you go and host your events at? Just wondering.
Right now called prison. 95% of black people in those prisons are not there because they committed a crime. They're there because they cannot afford adequate, decent representation.
Well, why did they need representation? Why did they? Hold on. Hey, hold on.
Represented on death row.
Why did they need representation? Did they do anything that required?
Because they've been charged.
Okay, so they did something that required them to need it.
False crime.
Hold on, I want to go back to something else you said.
Was being black.
Dr. Johnson, hold on a minute.
The crime they committed was being black, my brother.
Okay, calm down.
No, I'm calm. I'm very calm. No.
All right, that was the first one.
With lack character.
Now, that was the first one. That was the first one, ladies and gentlemen. That was the first one. All right. Now, before I even play this second one, damn that. Be right back.
Yes, at a hotel. Yes, at a hotel. And when he asked me that, I'm not a rude person, but I just said, nah, I'm busy. Because you don't, as a man, you don't ask me to go to no motherfucking hotel. I haven't told one lie on Kwame. I ain't never did that to him. Kwame said I was lying about the hotel, then he turned around and admitted it, but said it was a nice bar at that hotel. Yes, well, I didn't hear that. All I saw was you asked me to go to a hotel. Yes, and I didn't know what it meant, but I knew I said no. Did that to him. Because I'm not no fucking fool. You see what happened with what's his name? Dwight Howard. I never let the motherfucker test me like that. I know the nigga 7 feet. Where the fuck I look like letting this nigga hem me up in the hotel room? Tommy, I ain't never did that. I don't put myself in that position. I don't need men. No, it's not going.
You never. Okay, so you've never been to a hotel restaurant? Some of the 5-star restaurants. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I've been at hotel restaurants by myself. I ain't tell no nigga, hey nigga, come meet me at the hotel. I would at least say the bar, but I ain't never told him that. Meet me at the hotel. I'm like, what the fuck?
I am not going there with that. I don't want to know. Look.
You said no, and I didn't call him nothing. It was just weird. You ain't my friend. Ooh. Then why the fuck were you trying to come to my house? I ain't never did that. Why did you invite me to the hotel? Why did you send me a picture of this homely ass woman talking about you started dating her because of the shit I say? And then as soon as you start getting some views on YouTube, you left the girl. Yes, at a hotel. And when he asked me that, I'm not a rude person, but I just said, nah, I'm busy. Yes, at a hotel. And when he asked me that, I'm not a rude person, but I just said, nah, I'm busy. I ain't never did that. As a man, you don't ask me to go to no motherfucker hotel. I ain't never did that to him. I don't care
ask you to go to a hotel like that.
I've never met you.
Why are you capping on that?
I'm not gonna meet you at no hotel.
Why are you capping on that?
Here, hotel. I'm good.
Why are you capping on that?
I'm not capping. I've never changed that story. I've never changed that story.
Why are you capping on that though?
I never changed that story, and I showed
you to a hotel or to
I never changed that story, and I showed the text, Kwame.
Can I not talk to you?
I never changed that story, and I showed the text.
I got you, big dog. I got you. Moonlight.
I never changed that story. I didn't say you were gay or not. I said I don't meet men at hotels. I didn't say you were gay or not. I said I don't meet men at hotels.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever seen a nice bar that's inside of a hotel that everybody frequents? Is there places like that in Miami where you're from, where the hot spot is inside a hotel, but actually a bar lounge in there?
I ain't never did that to him. So how he gonna say that I had a girl ratchet pregnant and I won't tell y'all? Let me ask you something, Moonlight. Let's just say I was nutting in a bitch and got a bitch pregnant. Do you think I should come and tell the internet this?
I don't need the visual. I don't need the visual.
Make any sense? It would be dumb. It would. I can't just go to tell these. And then this person says Tommy's lying, but I'm not. I've already shown it. I haven't told one lie on Kwame.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Now let's get into the video. Fair use. Once again, this is for entertainment purposes only, and I am just reacting to the debate between Dr. Umar and Rev Jesse Lee Peterson. This will be part 2. All right.
Outside bathroom, I had to work the cotton fields and things like that, but it was the character.
Wait, excuse me. We need to get
Reverend Jesse. You say that there's no such thing as a sellout, but you can admit that the word sellout does exist and that it is used, right?
Yeah, it is used, just like the word racism. We all know that there's no such thing as racism. It's a word that made up to deceive the blind. And so when they...
Now, you know what? Y'all may think that I'm crazy for even agreeing with Jesse Lee on that part. This, you know, certain words that they put on out there for us to pick up on, and, you know, this word mean this word mean that. Look, you're not going to like some black people. You're not going to like some white people. You're not going to like some Mexican people. You're not going to like some Asian people or Chinese people, right? But that don't mean that you don't like, you know, like in its whole totality, like you're not hating the whole goddamn race because you just don't like maybe a couple that you done came encounter with. Everybody in every race is some assholes, in my opinion. That don't make it be that you racist, because then you could run across, I could run across a Mexican that's cool as hell. I mean, we kick it, drink, whatever. You feel what I'm saying? I could run across a cool white boy that'll drink with me, smoke, whatever. You feel what I'm saying? But y'all get where I'm going at with that. That has nothing to me. That has nothing to do with being a racist. Because again, in all races have assholes, right? And snakes and all type of shit. If you know, they try to put so much emphasis in black people being the worst. No, fuck that. The white people is the one that showed us how to kill, rob, and do all this old crazy shit, take over towns and shit. It started with the white folks. And yeah, we went along, we go along to get along. When you look at them old westerns and shit, you don't see black people up in them damn westerns. No, when you watching Gunsmoke or any one of them old western movies, you see the black people on the sidelines. You don't see them with the action like that. Come on, man. You see the white man showing you on how to take over a goddamn town, take the women, take the bars over, even overrun the goddamn law enforcement up in the town. So, I mean, I'm just putting it in context. Since they always want to say the black folks this and the black folks that. No, if you really know your damn history, we was color folk. We had to do what Master tell us to do. We better not step out of line or he was going to whip us good. No. See, back then, black folks was in order. Yeah, you had some defiant ones, but they was far in between. Because, see, they was scared of the repercussions of them trying to run away and leave the plantation. They was chopping heads off, fingers off, foot off, all type of crazy shit. Shit.
He used the word sellout. It's meant to divide and conquer. But if you're not in a fallen state, meaning that Satan is not your daddy, you can see the game that's being played. Like Dr. Umar just said, he just spoke as a blind man. he has no idea what he's talking about, because there's no such thing as slavery syndrome or whatever he said. Our battle.
Now, Jesse Lee, I was with you to a point now. Now, I'm not so sure about agreeing with that though. I'm not making excuses. So let me make sure it's all up to the individual. I'm not going to make no excuses about that, right? But it can be some type of truth to that though, is all I'm saying. But I can't fully agree with the way you look at that though. No, I'm sorry.
It's a spiritual battle. It's either right or wrong, good or evil. And in the good old days, when boys were boys and men were men, men knew that, and they led their wives and children in the right way to go. And they did have a conduct of morality. They treated everyone they would like in the way that they would like to be treated, never mind the color. They taught their children how to work and be responsible and not blame and whine. And they didn't put it out there as though they couldn't make it. Dr. Umar Johnson just made up words.
Damn. So wait a minute, Jesse Lee, are you trying to say Dr. Umar is one of those type that be crying and whining because he ain't getting the opportunities that he need to be brought up in the white man's world? Hey, this shit is funny to me, man.
I don't, Reverend Jesse, I don't think we should suggest that one person knows more than the other, in a sense of you saying you know it all and anyone else on the panel knows less. That's a little unfair.
Yeah, well, I may not know my flowers, but I know Dr. Umar Johnson is blind, and that
damn, look, he doubling down on that shit. He said, man, look, I hear you, but I know when to give my own self my own flowers. And I know damn well Dr. Umar is blind. He blind. He can't see. He's a blind Pan-African. Now, them ain't my words, so I'm not slandering or putting defamation on his name. That's not worth it. I'm just saying, these are the words of Jesse Lee Peterson. This is how he feels about Dr. Umar. He feels like he is blind.
He's wrong, and he doesn't know God, so he's telling people words, fancy words, in order to deceive them. If you knew that our battle is a battle between good and evil, then you wouldn't make up words in order to deceive. You would tell the truth and hope that those who are blind may wake up and see the right way to go. I grew up on a plantation down in Alabama under the Jim Crow law, and back then, black people
were no slaves on that plantation.
Well, yeah, they had, matter of fact, my grandparents' parents ran the.
See, so look, I gotta say, Jesse Lee, you already programmed. In my opinion, Jesse Lee Peterson, them white folks got you programmed to the T. And guess what? I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, but them white boys got you most definitely trained. And especially since you from Alabama. So you a good old boy, Jesse Lee. I know you is.
Plantation. But they weren't slaves when I was growing up. And the point is, black people had a sense of morality then, and they loved what was right. They worked hard. They loved their country. They didn't blame because the men were leading the way.
Hold that thought, Reverend Jesse.
Now the black men saw like women.
Hold that thought, Reverend Jesse. Dr. Umar, go ahead. I don't want him to bring your name up and not allow you to respond.
It's okay. I had been on Reverend Jesse's show before, and they have been trying diligently to have me come back. And one of the reasons I did not return to the show is because I believe that Jesse Lee Peterson knows better. In fact, he would be a textbook definition of a sellout because he is the type.
Now, Dr. Umar, in all fairness, right? Jesse Lee is in a whole different age bracket than you, right? So let's be honest. If we're going to be honest here, Dr. Umar, the man just told you he's from Alabama. And Dr. Umar, I'm sure that you're very, very knowledgeable about how Alabama is, right? And then he just told you that he was from a plantation. Come on, bro. He was already he been long already programmed. It ain't nothing you call him sellout. That shit don't matter to that man. I'm just gonna be honest. It don't matter nothing about you call him no sellout, call him no coon. You know, say him, you know, whatever you want to say about him, if it got something to do with the white man, he don't care nothing about that. He too far gone. Ain't nothing nobody gonna be able to say to that man. He gonna think the way he thinks. So it is what it is.
Type of black man who will bend over backwards to absolve the American white power structure of any responsibility for what happens to black people. And like many sellouts, they always ignore or they try to retreat away from acknowledging the role that systemic racism plays in the life of black people. Racism is not only about the individual mistreatment of black people, it is about the systemic mistreatment of black people. See, racism is a system that all white people participate in to disadvantage all members of another group. So you don't opt in, you don't opt out. And members of the target group don't opt in or opt out. But what they can do, as Jesse Lee Peterson has so effectively done in his career, is they can identify with the power structure. They can identify with white racism, and they can carve out a niche for themselves by defending the racism that is attacking black people, as opposed to defending black people against that racism.
I disagree with that, Dr. Umar. I don't think that he's defending racism. He made it clear. He just don't believe in that word. He just don't believe in that word. And I take his word for it. It don't seem like, because he just stood fast on the same thing, even from the first encounter that you and him had. The way I hear from him, no. Now again, he's been programmed a certain way. So it don't, like I said, again, you call him a coon, you call him all that sellout. But to me, people can still look at you like that though, Dr. Umar. You ain't all pro-black now. If we gonna be honest now, shit, you on the white man's platform giving out content and monetizing your content. So, I mean, that's why I really don't be paying you no bad. I just laugh at you because, you know, you talk a good talk now. I give you that, but man, come on, man, with all that bullshit.
A black man in America who does not stand up for his people and in turn aligns himself with the structure that is eating away at the opportunities of black people can go very far in this country. Senator Tim Scott is an example. Jesse Lee Peterson is an example. And we will continue to create these types of personalities, Sister Tammy, if we don't come up with a code and if the black community doesn't start holding its members accountable for dysfunctional behavior.
Ooh, boy. Y'all please, if y'all picking up what I'm putting down with this reaction to Dr. Umar Johnson versus the Rev Jesse Lee Peterson, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Boy. I just had to pause it for a little bit because that right there, Okay, Dr. Umar.
And there were slaves in America. That is not happening today, and it wasn't happening when I was growing up in Alabama. This idea that slavery is the cause of the lack of morality for Black people is insane. It's just another sign of an illogical mindset. Because when I was growing up, the bathroom was outdoors, outside bathroom. I had to work the cotton fields and things like that. But it was the character of the man or the woman that counted. And when I was growing up, Black people at that time were known to be men and women of character. Today, Black people, not all, but most, are known to be men and women who lack character. The world knows that Black people are suffering not because of this phony idea of racism, slavery, systemic racism, and all that crap. They know that Black people are immoral, that they come from failing parents, and that they hate everybody, and they have no love.
I mean, you made some couple of points on that. Now, everything you had just said, I ain't gonna touch that. But it was certain things you said, yeah, you just can't that's what, to be, people make things so complicated. Instead of just taking ownership of what could possibly be the problem. I don't want to sound at all like no victim. And I know if I ain't speaking for y'all, but I will figure for the majority of the part of it, I don't take y'all for y'all trying to play victim either. Right? Yes, we all go through something. Maybe sometimes we all have our ups, we all have our downs, right? But at the end of the day, if you have a strong family support system going on, you know how to call on the Lord when things is grim, then you will be all right. Yeah, maybe you do need to talk to somebody that's a professional to be able to, so you can be able to go and get the help that you need. I'm not never tripping off of that, because hell, we all need sometimes to be helped when we at a point that we can't help ourselves because we mentally exhausted or mentally drained, right? I just don't like to try to put no label on things like that. You know what I'm saying? Because again, yes, I've been through certain situations with certain white people may not have liked me just because they own little personal reasons. Yes. But has all white people been that way towards me my whole life? No, I would be lying if I tell y'all that. So no, I'm not, again, that goes back to just having your own mind and common sense to know that, well, damn, everybody ain't the same. And no matter what color they is, you got your good, you got your bad, and you got the ugly, whatever. But that's with all races. So to me, really, the word racism, okay, if you want to go along with that, that's fine. But no, I just don't like you, motherfucker, and I move on. And I can give a fuck about what color you is. If I don't like you, I move the fuck around. Give a damn if you white, black, Chinese, brown. If I don't like you, I don't like you. It's just that simple with me. I make it simple. I don't sit up here and make it all complicated. Hey, not worth it. That's the way you see it. I get it.
But that's not your story, is it, Reverend?
But they're afraid to tell the Blacks.
That's not your story, is it, Reverend Jesse? Is that your story?
No, because I was raised differently. I was raised to treat all in the way that I would like to be treated, to be fair and to be honest, because you're either children of God or children of Satan, and it has nothing to do with the color. And the children of God cannot hang out with the children of Satan because they have their hearts are wicked and they have illogical mindset. The two men that just spoke, it made no sense. But
so I'd like for you to
it's
teach me.
illogical. They don't have a logic.
Reverend Jesse, I would like for you to teach me for a moment here.
Yes.
Please break me away from tradition and what I've been taught in the white schools that I've attended that suggest that there was this society in America that wouldn't allow white people and black people to drink from the water fountains. Did the white institutions I attend teach me that wrong, or was that correct? I'm ready to learn from you.
Well, as a matter of fact, when I was growing up, I remember the colors only signs and the whites only signs. But because most black people loved what was right, they loved God, they knew that all white people did not feel that way. It was primarily the white people who belonged to the Democratic Party, and they didn't want blacks to be a part of the Democratic Party. And so that's why the blacks started the Republican Party, because the blacks. So when we dealt with for black only signs, for white only, common sense said it wasn't everybody. It was those who serve evil.
But it was majority of the white people. We can agree with that.
No,
right?
It wasn't the majority of black people. It was a few.
I said majority of the white people.
I'm sorry?
Let's get back on to sellouts. Dr. Umar.
Yes, ma'am. And I would like to respond to him if I may, Sister
And it
Tammy.
wasn't a majority of whites.
Thank you. Go ahead, Dr.
I want to clarify something when we talk about racism. Racism is not an individual personality fault.
It doesn't
of white
exist,
people.
man.
Racism is not about individual personality. Racism is about systemic injustice, systemic bias, systemic disproportionality, systemic discrimination. You do not opt out of racism.
Dumb.
All white people benefit from and participate in racism. So whether your ancestors owned black people or not is irrelevant. And the reason it is irrelevant, Sister Tammy, is because even if your ancestors didn't own black people, they worked at a job that was created because of the enslavement of black people. So there's no such thing as slavery did not impact my family. Just like in today's America, all white people benefit from the mass incarceration of black people. They benefit from the miseducation of black children. They benefit from the police brutality against black people. So I want to make sure we are clear.
What you're saying
Racism is not about individual white people choosing to hate blacks. Racism is about the system of racism that controls opportunities and resources, Sister Tammy. Racism is not about the attitude. It's about the control of resources and opportunities.
Tammy, that is not true. This is why we have to we must get to know ourselves so that we can overcome that fallen state. Dr. Umar is evil for putting out a lie like that lies like that because people are going to believe in
let's
it.
refrain from calling people names.
Damn, Coach. Jesse Lee been shooting shots. He said that man evil. hey, she say, wait, hold on now. Let's refrain from calling each other names now. We can be civilized. Jesse Lee just didn't call Dr. Umar pure evil and called him a lie. Lord Jesus Christ, he ain't got no chill button at all.
Okay, but he's not telling the truth.
We have to refrain, Sister Tammy, but at the same time, I think it's important that we understand the difference between the Negro and the coon. Sister Tammy, this is a very important distinction that has to be made. The Negro is innocent in his ignorance, Sister Tammy. As Brother Michael said earlier, some people make mistakes against the race unknowingly. If you make a mistake against the race unknowingly, that was a Negro. Negroes are innocent. They think white people are more intelligent. They think Jesus is black because they haven't been taught any better. But a coon knows better. But the coon voluntarily identifies with his oppressor because there is an agenda that he's looking to get filled. And the sad thing about Jesse Lee Peterson is he is too old to be cooning at this point in his life. And
Let the man go. He been doing this forever. Your young ass ain't gonna come in and make this man stop cooning. I mean, by your definition. Damn, let him buck dance. Cause shit, let's just be honest, shit, we all buck dancing our own way. You buck dancing right now, Dr. Umar. I mean, come on, man. Now stop with all the slander. You know, I don't care nothing about the man personal shit and none of that, man. But look, you may not agree with him buck dancing for the white man, but shit, hell, man. He an old ass man. He been doing this shit. Again, he already programmed. I mean, now I don't agree with him calling you evil and all that. I'm not going to go that far as to call you evil because you come on here to entertain the crowd, and I know you do. And it's cool. You have good intentions. You talk good. You make sense on your talking points. So I can actually point that out. But when you get to talk about that school and everything, that's when I lose interest in anything that you have to say after that. I just stop listening to you. Now, when you get back to talking like having a conversation like this, I'll engage that. But otherwise, as soon as you get to talk about that school, then that's when I'm gonna turn up on you.
And the fact that he claims to be a man of God doing the devil's work makes him a total hypocrite.
But Tabby, you know what I just want to add to that? To hear Dr. Umar and the other man to speak this way.
That's Michael.
Is Michael, sorry. To hear Michael and Dr. Umar speak this way is abnormal for men. Normally men, when I was growing up, they had logical mindset. But today's black man has an illogical mindset because he thinks like a woman. He has not overcome the spirit of the woman and return to the logical mindset.
There is nothing more effeminate than a white man defending the white power structure against black people. There is nothing more effeminate than a black man defending the white power structure against black people.
Hey, why are you speaking? Hold on.
You are politically effeminate, Jesse Lee
logical
Peterson.
in their mind.
You are politically
and
effeminate.
Women are illogical
You are
in their
politically
mindset, right?
effeminate.
Why are you
You are defending the white power structure against your own people while you claim to be a man of God. You are a disgrace to your race, sir. You are a disgrace to your race.
And so normally the men with the logical mindset would bring the women and children to a logical mindset to help them to overcome. But now the black men, not all but most, they think like their mothers and grandmothers. So they all think just like women, and that's why you can't get it right.
So indicting racism makes you a woman.
God, and that order is God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, and woman over children.
I'm not interested in the religious interpretation of racism.
Today's black woman is over the men. And
it is a mistake to use religion to interpret political phenomena.
That's why
we're going to take a quick break and we'll come right back on the Tammy McVeigh Show on Fox Soul. Let's take a quick break. We'll come right back.
Say that again.
Would you consider them sellouts?
Who?
Steve Harvey and there's another one I'm thinking of.
I wouldn't consider Steve Harvey a sellout as strictly as I would consider a Shaquille O'Neal, a Charles Barkley, and a Kendrick Perkins sellout. And the reason I'm drawing a distinction is whenever Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, and Kendrick Perkins open their mouth on issues involving black people, they always take the side of the white power structure. Whereas with Steve Harvey, I have seen some attempts by him to defend the integrity of black people. It's not often. I'm not even going to say it's acceptable, but there is levels to the coon kingdom. There's levels to the coon kingdom. So even though they are all sellouts, you have your grade A coons like Jesse Lee Peterson and Charles Barkley. And then you have your grade B coons, which will be like a Kendrick.
What? So what? Because Charles Barkley, man, look here, man. You wouldn't tell that to Charles Barkley's face. Now, Dr. Umar, I would challenge you. Well, what you just said about Charles Barkley, and I understand why you said what you said, because yes, Charles Barkley does have a white wife. I already know that. But why is he a sellout? Because of his choice of who he want to be with. Would you be able to tell that to Charles Barkley's face that he's a sellout? I don't think you would. That's what I'm saying, though, not worth it. But like his choice, regardless, if it's a business choice, he got every right to do that. We live in America. We not under those type of rules. So, you know, people are gonna, I get it. He's an acquired taste, not worth it. I get it. Trust me, I'm not oblivious to that. I know he's an acquired taste with a lot of people, but I don't have a problem with Sir Charles, man. Shit, he ain't no punk though.
Perkins in a shack, and then you had your grade C coons, which would be like a Steve Harvey. So there's
well, Dr. Umar, would you add Michael Jordan to that list? Because Michael Jordan has a white wife. So is Michael Jordan cooning? Huh? Would you actually say, now, ladies and gentlemen, you tell me up in the chat, am I right? Isn't Michael Jordan married to a white woman now? Then he recently, maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3. Oh, she's Cuban. Oh, okay. So that negates that, and then Hunt Lakers at 5. All right, I got you.
In the coon category.
Kingdom. Say again.
But you do put him in the coon kingdom.
I would put Steve Harvey in the coon kingdom, but he wouldn't be grade A like Jesse Lee Peterson and Charles Barkley. And the other thing I wanted to say quickly, Tammy, with Kim Kardashian, that was a perfect example of racism on the part of the white power structure who says,
so then, wait a minute. So then if you're going to not work, you say Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan cooning. Okay, what about Kanye? So Kanye was cooning too with Kim Kardashian? I'm just saying. So was Kanye, when he married Kim Kardashian, was he cooning? I mean, since we throwing that on out there, shit, better mention all the ones, especially that I know. I don't hear nobody mentioning Michael Jordan cooning or Kanye cooning. I just don't be hearing that.
I would rather hear a white woman articulate the issues of incarcerated Black females. Now, you have hundreds of Black women who fight for the liberation of incarcerated sisters every day. I can run off organizations all day long, but instead of meeting with Black women who are in the trenches doing the work, we are instead going to let a privileged white woman articulate the issues for Black people. And Sister Tammy, that was dangerous, that Black women supported Kim Kardashian being their mouthpiece, because what it does is it reinforces an old stereotype that Black people are not intellectually sound enough to articulate their own issues and that they need a white person to do it. We should never celebrate a white person being selected to represent our issues. It should always be someone who looks like us.
That should be a part of the code.
That should be part of the code.
Go ahead, Michael. Jesse, we're coming right to you. Go ahead, Michael.
Just a quick clarification. I didn't say I wouldn't go to meet with Trump. I said I wouldn't go by myself. I would go with a group of people a group of African Americans who have a political agenda, who have an agenda to get something for our people. I wouldn't just go by myself, and I wouldn't go for a photo op.
Absolutely. Reverend Jesse.
Yes.
You're a part of the coon kingdom, he says. That's
right. You know, you just heard the voice of a beta male. That made no sense of what the doctor said and what Michael said. It's sad to see that most Black people believe that they're all the same because of their color. They're not looking at their true self. They are a spirit created in the image of God. They don't know that. They're going by colors And so they're all in the same pot, headed down to the road to destruction.
Reverend Jesse, I want to ask you.
Donald Trump was the best thing that ever happened to Black Americans, because Donald Trump did not see colors. He saw colors, but he wasn't into the color thing. He was into what is right. And that's why he was able to help.
Jesse Lee, you tripping. Man, come on, man. Now, I can't ride with you on that, man. That man Trump that been all on the news, groping on women cha-chas and all type of old crazy shit, saying the most outlandish shit. He don't believe in he don't believe in what's right. Come on, man. Come on, man. I know damn well you didn't. That is buck dancing to the I'm talking about, man, he is the ultimate caregiver. You too old to be a goddamn caregiver. God damn. Boy, motherfuckers that be caregiving, boy, comes at all ages around this motherfucker.
Black people more so than any other president that we have had in the last, I don't know how many years, right? Obama was the worst, by the way, but Donald Trump was the best. I call him the Great White Hope because he made America great again. Black people went to work. They started about.
Jesse Lee, you really is buck dancing around here. This man is the Great White Hope around here. You say Obama was the worst, and oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, this is hilarious.
At homes and starting families and things like that because of Donald Trump. But these people like Dr. Umar and Michael, they're into their color. They're in a fallen state. They're weak males, and they cannot see. They can't see that Donald Trump was a man of God. He was a conservative Christian, straight white man who loved what's right. And he wasn't into the color. That's why Kanye West and other Black men and women who met with the president, they respected him because he was not into color. He gave Black university more money than anybody else, and all they did was misuse it. He did more to help the Blacks than anyone else.
They're all different levels of these companies that we spend money with. But
hey, G Mama Body, did y'all? Jesse Lee, you tripping. Now, I'm not going to take away what Trump has done. He has helped several, Black folks on out there. So I won't completely deny that point of it. But come on, man, you really buck dancing over here. Damn, this is buck dancing. Buck dancing. Boy, yeah, well, it can't be no surprise to me, though, because I already know you is programmed to the T.
Bring that money back to the African American community.
You guys need to stop begging, man.
Bring that money back to the Black people. Please, sir, don't.
Damn, Jesse Lee say, stop begging. That's what you need to do now. Just stop begging people. See, that's what you need to do. Just stop begging people. Told them stop begging. Donations, gifts.
Don't interrupt.
Talk about
bring
yield, Jesse.
Michael, stop begging.
Bring that money back to the African American community.
Michael.
And you utilize that money to help empower African American owned businesses also. Okay?
Michael, men don't beg.
Please,
stop doing that.
Please, sir, don't interrupt me.
Begging, man.
I'm holding back on you because I respect my elders, but
stop begging, Michael. What men do?
I'm not begging.
Men make things happen. They don't beg. They don't beg.
Jesse, you wouldn't know a man if you met one.
They don't want reparations. They made their way. The black man when I was growing up, they made their way. They didn't beg the white man for anything because they didn't.
It's not begging white people. Wait a second.
White men were superior.
If you go back to if you look at the Homestead Act of 1862, that was a massive land giveaway of 245 million acres of land that mostly went to white people. Okay, if you want to talk about how white people got over in this country, it was by stealing the land, reallocating the land, enslaving African people for 246 years, passing laws that disenfranchised us, locked us out of voting. Then after the Civil War and after Reconstruction, 1877, because I always notice black conservatives. Is two things you don't want to talk about. One, you don't want to talk about the compromise of 1870. No, you interrupted me.
All you're doing is making excuses.
No. Slow down.
You sound like a female.
Slow down. I know.
Jesse Lee ain't playing no games. He just told this man, you sound like a girl. Oh boy, he do not care what he say about his mouth to them.
I know you catering to the white people that donate to your show, but there's two things that black Republicans don't want to talk. And I'm not against black Republicans. I have friends that are black Republicans. You don't want to talk about the compromise of 1877. Which was the compromise between the Republicans and the Democrats, and the Republicans agreed to remove the Union troops out of the South that reinstituted the Jim Crow laws, and the Union troops were protecting the rights of the newly freed slaves to a certain extent, because that's what the Democrats wanted. And you don't want to talk about the Lily White movement of 1928, which was the effort of Republicans to push African Americans out of the Republican Party and get Herbert Hoover elected as president in 1928. Now, if you want to have that conversation, we can have that conversation. It's not going to turn out the way you think it's going to turn out.
Michael, it's time to stop asking for freebies. I understand the women doing that because
you ever studied the Farmers Home Association 1930?
I understand why women are doing it, but hold on, Michael.
You going to talk about the $26 billion that white farmers got from the Trump administration, and black farmers got 1/10 of 1% freebies?
Michael,
man up, Michael. He told Michael to man up. He said, I see the women doing it, but come on, Michael. Man up, Michael. Come on now. I need you to man up. Man up, Michael. Stop being... He's going in.
I understand the women doing
Jesse,
that
is a good question. That is,
he doesn't want to deal with that.
Jesse, that is a good question. So let's answer that question. You say that black people want freebies, but Michael just talked about a huge freebie for the white farmers. Are we not gonna? We're just gonna gloss past that?
There were black farmers who got money too.
They got 1/10 of 1% of $26 billion.
She asked me the question.
Whoa, hold on.
Hey,
they got 1/10 of 1% of $26 billion. They got $20.8 million.
Tammy, as I was saying, there were black people who received the money too, and what Michael is talking about happened over 100 years ago or so. And those days,
2020 under Trump.
Days are behind us.
That just happened last year, Reverend Jesse. Where you been?
There were black people who received it last year too, but you're not hearing about that. But what I want to tell you, Tammy, it's time out for black people to stop begging. I'm sick of it. We can make our own way. Black people can make their own way if they get up and do it.
Now, Jesse Lee, you have a point to a certain degree, though. I really can't disagree with your premise on that. What up, DJ Cleveland?
That's why we have to overcome this cultural thing, because blacks who are into their culture, they think that all blacks are just like them, begging and blaming and whining and talking about 150 years ago and all that. Why not live now? The blacks didn't do that when I was growing up, especially black men.
Jesse Lee, to a certain degree, you do have a point. I do agree that sometimes we allow our past to dictate our future or our present, right? So it's good to be knowledgeable about what happened in the past, but live for the present and to the future. You feel what I'm saying? Don't let the past of the oppression and all the pain and suffering that our ancestors went to. At some point you got to break the curse, so to speak, right? So you can't sit up here and sound man, me, blame something about what I'm doing now for what my ancestors had to go through. Because in real life, y'all, most of us did not have to go through all the type of racism that was really death, where it wasn't no segregation, right? You had to, black people couldn't even go in inside of a restaurant. They had to go around to the back. Exactly, EV. Just break the psychological chain. Break that. Again, I'm not saying that it's not good to talk about it, because yes, when you do talk about it and express the way you feel, you be feeling better, because you get a lot of shit up off your chest. But at the same time, though, don't still let it be a crutch either. Learn how to move forward. And I think that'd be the main thing with most of us. Not all, but most of us. Not worth it. I get your point. See, it's okay for you to have your point, but can you respect the way I look at it? I just don't quite see it the way that you do. I don't think it's bigger than nothing. I think you're supposed to just have self-respect, respect those that respect you, you know what I'm saying, and live life. The people that don't like you, don't go around them. Don't matter, again, what color they is or whatever the case may be, because everybody don't act the same. You have to use your judgment about the type of people that you want to be around anyway. So to me, I don't like to make things more complicated, because life is already complicated. I always look to find things to be simple, right? Not too complicated, right? Again, I'm not taking nobody's points away, because you can look at it the way you want to. I just don't make certain things that complicated, because at the end of it, it's all, when you're an adult especially, you have a freedom of choice to be able to do right and do wrong. It's sad, really, that we get the brunt end of it, that we always got to be on, what up with the AC? We always got to be on the news. It always got to be the black people, blah, blah, blah. You don't know the story. We sit up here and we judge on the internet certain things that happen, right? We can only judge from off the surface of what we see. We don't know the story. So I can't get all in depth into it. All I can do is just give you an opinion about what I see. I get it, not worth it. I didn't take what you said out of content. I'm just saying. I mean, you have some points on what you saying, though, not worth it. But to me, I'm just speaking for me, though. I don't look at it that big or make it out to be that way. But like I say, that's the way you see it, though. But I respect it. Now, Antonio Barnes says because, again, other ethnicities get those subsidized taxpayers' dollars and they beg for it. You talking about $24 trillion owed to the ancestors and descendants since 1690 here, 1530s in South. Damn. Well, goddamn, Antonio. And no, it's all good. Oh, that's what you meant when you said bigger. No, okay, not worth it. I ain't with. Well, shit, you saw what I was getting hung up with, so I appreciate you clearing that up. We good.
We need to stop begging for freebies. America is an amazing place, right? And whatever you want to do in this country, you can do it. You can make it.
That thought. Okay, yes, that is true. That is so true. I'll have to agree with you on that, Reverend Jesse. Whatever you want to do in this country, you can do.
Yeah.
Dr. Umar, earlier you talked about, black men shouldn't date white women. Frederick Douglass was labeled a turncoat by many African Americans because he married a white woman. He was also criticized for his willingness to work with.
Oh. Well, looky. Frederick Douglass had him a white woman. So would y'all consider, and I'm just asking a question. I wouldn't disrespect the man like that at all, but do y'all believe Frederick Douglass is a coon? If this is true.
Slave owners to seek a peaceful end to slavery. So what are your thoughts on that? Was Frederick Douglass a sellout?
Let me take the second point first, that Frederick Douglass was willing to work with slave owners to bring a peaceful close to slavery. That is incorrect. Frederick Douglass had always maintained that slavery would not end except with blood. If there was any collaboration with slave owners, it was in discussion, because Frederick Douglass at one time worked.
Dr. Umar, can I ask you something, sir? How do you know this? Where do you get your information from to be able to? Now, I'm going to rewind this back, y'all, because I want to make sure I heard you clearly, right? Hold on, I got to rewind this back.
Owners to seek a peaceful end to slavery. So what are your thoughts on that? Was Frederick Douglass a sellout?
Let me take the second point first, that Frederick Douglass was willing to work with slave owners to bring a peaceful close to slavery. That is incorrect. Frederick Douglass had always maintained that slavery would not end except with blood. If there was any collaboration with slave owners, it was in discussion, because Frederick Douglass at one time worked with William Lloyd Garrison, who used moral persuasion as the primary weapon to end slavery. Frederick Douglass fell out with him because he knew that trying to convince white people that owning black people was morally wrong was not going to end the institution of slavery. So whoever made that comment was incorrect. Now let's go to the first point, that his second wife was a white woman who he married at a very old age. Was it acceptable? Not to me at all. But what bothers me, and what I do consider to be another act of racism and discrimination against black women, is the fact that Anna Murray Douglass, who is the mother of all 5 of his children, and his wife for nearly 50 years until she died of illness, who helped him escape from slavery to freedom, who came up with the escape plan, who made the escape outfit, who created the false free slave paper that he used to pass from Maryland through Pennsylvania and up to New York, she never gets mentioned. She never gets mentioned. We always skip over Anna Murray Douglass's life.
Dr. Umar, you're trying to move the needle. That's what you're doing right now, bro. You deflecting. You not answering the question. You giving an essay right now. Come on, man. You're not even answering the question. That was a simple yes or no question. Is Frederick Douglass considered to be a sellout? In my opinion, I wouldn't give a damn how old he was when he married that white woman. He was with a white woman. That's how I know that you is your ancestors, for you is from that ancestry. So if we here to just assume, So I'ma just assume that once you get up to Frederick Douglass' age when he was old like that, you gonna get you a white snow bunny. But you gonna have to wait till you get real old. You know what I'm saying? Just like your ancestors, Frederick Douglass. You know, he waited till he was in his 70s and married him a white woman. So do we expect you when you get to your 70s to marry you a white woman then, Dr. Umar?
Lifetime partner for the white woman who he married just a few years away from the grave himself. I don't accept it.
Important.
I don't accept it, Sister Tammy, but can we please show respect to Queen Mother Anna Murray Douglas? She is entitled.
She didn't even, wait a minute, but she didn't talk about her. She asked a question about Frederick Douglass marrying a white woman and just asked, would he be considered a sellout? That was a simple question. How did it get here?
Entitled to respect, and Black people have to stop skipping over his real wife for the woman he spent the last few years of his life with.
Tammy, let me tell you this about the Black farmers.
So do you think
farmers are getting a huge freebie from the USDA today, right? According to the Washington Post, $5 billion of Biden's stimulus package is going to benefit Black farmers, but they still going to be begging. It's not going to satisfy them because it's not the lack of material things that Blacks are having a problem with. It's the lack of moral character. Blacks are immoral, not all, but most. And
we're going to take a quick break. We'll come right back on the Tammy McLeod Show on Fox Soul. Dr. Umar, what's going on with the school? Where can we contribute? What can you tell us about it, or is there something else you'd rather discuss tonight?
Oh, that's fine. Brothers and sisters who want to support the renovation efforts at the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy can do so on the Cash App at $FDMG School. I repeat, on the Cash App, $FDMG School. Also on PayPal at paypal.me/FDMG Academy. I will also be speaking in Las Vegas on the 14th of May, Oakland the 15th of May, Los Angeles the 16th of May, Palm Springs the 22nd of May, South Bend, Indiana the 23rd, Fayetteville, North Carolina, June 4th, Statesville, North Carolina, June 6th, Juneteenth, Atlanta on the 19th, Detroit, Michigan, Preschool Educators Conference, June the 18th, and Louisville, Kentucky, Marcus Garvey birthday celebration.
Brian, I'm trying to figure out, right? You stress money for this school, but what about your living expenses? So that's what I'll be trying to figure out. Like, okay, fine. You want to make sure that you get that school up and running, but what about your living expenses? About how you eat? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you lose me every time when you say stuff like that, talking about, well, we know already your Cash App gone, so you can't use the Cash App no more. But come on, Dr. Umar, can you say it with me, class? Ain't no school soon. Say it with me now. Ain't no school gonna be happening for Dr. Umar. It's a good thought. I love the energy that you put into stressing about the school. I give you got a lot of spirit about that, right? But bro, come on, man. Look, hey Carlos, at least I'm keeping it real. I said when he bring up this school, I'm just gonna turn up and I'm gonna just be saying all type of jokes and everything because I don't take him seriously when it comes to that school, bro. I'm sorry. I can ride with you with his talking points. He's not a dumb man. He's very intelligent. He knows what he's talking about. I won't take that away from him. But, bro, when he get to talking about that school, bro, I'm not trying to hear that. He's scamming, bro. I'm sorry, man. So I just feel sorry for you if you know, You even donated to that. It ain't gonna never in your lifetime or anybody else's lifetime see that damn school open up. Shit. What happens then, Carlos? What now, Lord forbid if anything should ever happen to Dr. Umar, but what if 5 years from now Dr. Umar just so happened to leave this earth? And then all type of craziness, all type of secrets come on out about Dr. Umar never was going to get that damn school open, and then it's a big scandal. But it takes him to have to die for him to go viral. Now, ain't that something?
Celebration on August the 14th. Brothers and sisters want to reach me, drumarjohnson.com or 215-989-9858.
You know your whole schedule, your whole tour by heart. I don't even know. Were you reading that, officer? How do you know?
All right. We know how you gon' donations, gifts. Brothers and sisters, get on your PayPal. Get on your PayPal, brothers and sisters. Get on your Cash App, brothers and sisters. Get on your Cash App, brothers and sisters. All right, now, moving to the next video. Y'all. All right, this next video that we're going to go over is the one and only Pan-African Prince. All right. Now, this is the title of his 10-minute video, Reparations or Your Snow Bunny.
Reparations. I like your model of what you said, how we should get it, and how money should not be at the top. It should be on the list, but not at the top.
Correct.
And why do we have so many? No other people that receive reparations have people in their own race talking so against it. And that why do we have so many, Negro pens that do that? This guy named Anton talked so down on reparations. It was pathetic. And that's one thing. And another thing, you have a talk show host that comes on that station once a week. Anytime you bring up African slavery, he'll either hang up on you or say black people or black Africans enslaved white people before. What does that have to do with our slavery? Was totally different from any other group that was enslaved, period. They even fought a civil war of our slavery. So explain those two things, if you will.
Thank you. On the reparations piece, 3 major points in my reparations platform. As you already said, money should not be at the top of the list because money expires. The American dollar is a promissory note that is not backed to any mineral resource. It's not attached to gold, silver, copper, or anything else. So why should we accept restitution for the worst crime in human history in a form of currency that doesn't have a mineral equivalent? That would be criminal, number one. That would also be betrayal of our ancestors. Number 2, for reparations, black people should control all black music. Nobody else can sell it, produce it, market it, or publish it. All black music is under the control of black people. And the reason for that, America makes more money off of black music than almost anything else she sells. So if we can control our music, we'll be good. Number 2, our creations. All black inventions become permanent patents of Black America. If anybody wants to use anything we've ever invented, they have to pay us. And the third one that I'll give is 60% of black people occupy 10 states. 60% of us are in California, Illinois, Virginia, Maryland,
Texas, Florida, and there's a few other states. And every one of those states is a seaboarding state, so we should control the port. We get paid every time something comes in. We get paid every time something goes out. But I do want to say this, though. No black person gets reparations if they're married or dating outside of the race. No reparations if you are a snow bunny hopper, because what good am I giving you reparations for your ancestors and you're going to take that money right to a white man or a white woman? How is that helping us for you to take the reparations?
Wait a minute. So it disqualifies you because who you want to date, that ain't right. I don't agree with that. Man, please, I don't agree with that, man. Who do Dr. Umar think he is? Bro, who do he think he is? Man, look, stand with him. Look, that's your buddy. Yeah, stand with him with that, because ain't no way in the hell I'm going to agree with that one right there. Right, that's what I'm saying, Nurse Patty. Then what about the mix? What about the swirl people? What about the mix? What about the mix? What about the swirl? So damn, that disqualifies the people that's half white, half black. They don't get it because they ain't fully black. I mean, that to me, that's just crazy. Snow bunnies equal no money. Oh, okay. All right.
And give it right back to the people we got it from. So if you are a snow bunny hopper, you do not get reparations. Black power.
That's a caveat. It's going to be a bunch of people breaking up on that. It's been nice. This is great. Or they're going to wake up like, you know what?
But you know what? I ain't too sure, brother. I ain't too sure. I think a lot of black men who date out the race, if they have to choose between reparations and the white girl, I think they stand with her.
Because they think that is their reparations.
Yes. They will give up the money to be with a white woman. I truly believe that.
It validates them.
Yes.
If you're giving them a gold brick for that white woman, and they would rather have the white woman than the gold brick.
I believe a lot of them would.
That's not true. Bro, you believe or do you know? That don't even make sense. I'm with a black woman, sir. So what do they...
That's what I wanted to get into. We didn't, because we kind of touched on it earlier. I wanted to talk about, why do you think we are so, because our relations are just terrible.
They are.
There's so many people that are giving relationship advice, and there's so many platforms that are successful based on dysfunction.
I agree.
Right?
It's the conflict.
Right.
Black culture, modern day American African culture is based on conflict.
Right.
If you want to sell, you have to be beefing with somebody. That's the reality show. That's rap music. That's R&B. That's everything we do. The community. Where's the fight at? We want to see a good fight between blacks, and it's a big reason for why we can't move forward.
Yeah, I'm really disheartened at the state of our relationships, where we find ourselves, the inherent distrust between black women and black men, and black men and black women, and everyone's guarded, and everyone has their guards up. And no one trusts. And
hey, not worth it. He got every right to think the way he want to think. I ain't got to agree with it, but hey, if that's how he see it, hey, it is what it is. Now, I don't agree with that though, but I won't take his point away. Hey, he see it a different way. I'm just not agreeing with that because it's too many. That's like a slippery slope. You know what I'm saying? Well, what about the ones that's mixed? If they want to identify with just a black side and they don't want to identify with the white side, so they still disqualified because of something that they had no control over. So again, it's just a slippery slope. That's why I don't like things like that. I don't like touching because again, it's a lot of moving parts with that.
Everyone assumes the worst.
Yes.
And we have to get to the point that some people are willing to be vulnerable, that some people are willing to take a chance.
Yes.
And some people are willing to have some grace.
Yes.
And our inability to operate in grace with each other, honestly, very deeply concerns.
I agree.
And I want to speak from the women's standpoint. Like, women don't like me, okay? When I say this, women are mismanaging the lives of their children. They're only raising them on one side of the story, and when they do so, they have this what I would call hero syndrome. They want the child to believe that because of me, you are this, and that is a problem because now you would tell a man, I don't want anything from you, just so you can go work 2 jobs and say you did that.
Yes.
That's a problem.
Yes.
Dad, come on, let's go.
I'm working on it.
From watching her first hockey game.
I mean, I know women right now that they just independent, but I mean, I don't hear them complaining and doing none of that. So, I mean, that's up for interpretation, though. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have women that they would rather not take help from a man and they'd rather go get 2 or 3 jobs and do it themselves. I'm not saying that. But to me, I don't hear a lot of complaining. Maybe here, maybe there, but it don't be that much complaining because, shit, hell, them women they want their independence. It is what it is.
I know it's cool.
Yeah. And the other point to that, when you look at a lot of the online relationship podcast conversations, they do have men and women, but the conversation is extremely superficial. You follow me?
Yeah,
it's about looks, how much money. It's very superficial. You know, popping a balloon.
Yeah.
You know, it's very surface.
I love that show.
I do too.
And it is like, why'd you pop the balloon? I didn't like your shoes.
I didn't like your
right?
shoes.
It is very superficial.
Yes.
But it's highly entertaining.
It is. But the thing that's bothered me the most is our children are watching this.
Come on.
I'm like, what is a 7
They don't
and
have
8?
a chance.
You see what I'm saying? You 7 and 8. When I was 7 and 8, I never saw a group of black men arguing with a group of black women over. I never saw that as a. So I'm like, these children today are seeing all this toxic interaction between the genders. By the time they're 25, they're gonna throw up their hands.
Brother, I was trying to ride your Afrocentrist train until I found it was just a roller coaster running off the rails. And I'm reminded of the Songhai Empire, you know, from Mansa Musa, the despotic Sonny Ali, the hope of Asker Muhammad, till it all fell apart on Al Mansur. But some of the stuff you make, it doesn't make any sense. Define for me where anybody on earth can claim they're African, by the way. You keep saying black. We have a problem right now. I'm trying to figure out what part shall I decide is not going to be black music, or what. You got a guy right there behind the switchboards. Can he be denied having anything to do with black music? Should he be denied anyway dealing with black culture? I mean, you talk about.
Well, Africa is the origin of civilization, so I don't think it's difficult to find out what black people invented and what they did not. I think the question is more of what did we not invent. Most genres of music.
Didn't hear me.
Most genres of music can be traced to the African continent, my brother.
Brother Umar, you're not hearing what I asked you. First of all, just define me who's not black.
I'm not interested in who's not black. I'm only interested in African people.
Because you set up a situation where you're going to have endless enemies. And listen, I'm black origin like any Wakanda person. But you start
Wakanda doesn't exist. There's no country called Wakanda, my brother.
I use the term Wakanda because I look at it as a kind of reach before I grasp that. Like white people use Camelot. I use the idea of Wakanda because even though it's a cartoon, a comic to many people, to me it represents the highest quality of a black culture that was unconquered, uncolonized, that other people want to imitate with an I and emulate with an E. I use it as a standard to go for, as I believe it must once existed in the past. Now, you got this idea of Afrocentrism, which I kind of go with. You got black folks here who believe never came from out of Africa. You got black folks here who would not be able to define what black is what.
Well, they could just take a DNA test and see if we came out of Africa.
Fine, then tell me who could take a DNA test who wouldn't be African if we all came out of Africa.
And to what end would we do that, Joe, if I may ask?
The point is this. I want to agree with him about the idea of having a strong black consciousness. Mm-hmm. But the way, if Tulsa's been the example that white folks are dynamic in their evil, let's assume there's a separate group called white folks. We must not create endless enemies. The idea of reparations should be this, where the most hated white guy wakes up one day and realizes he's disrespected his African ancestors. That's not likely to happen. Other than that, we might as well go for that bag. If everything, Umar, you're saying is correct to a certain extent. But if you honestly think that if I was a racist white guy, I'm going to sit there and let you do this, like it's all going to be great, take 6 states, I'll take your...
No, I agree with you there. I agree with you there. I completely believe that what we are entitled to and what we are asking for and what we expect, you tend to only get after war.
No, you don't have to get it after war. That's not true.
That's very true.
The case, we're in here because
that's very true. Why do people fight wars? People fight wars for land and resources. Both world wars were fought for land and resources.
Brother Umar, explain to me, Dahomey. Explain to me how those folks in Dahomey took black people as slaves and shipped them over to the Americas. Explain to me the Mali and Song Empire, where mostly it was slaves by other black folks.
No, Dr. Umar, I want you to answer this question for me. That building which you in right now doing your radio show, who is that building owned by? Not worth it. Do you think that building that he's doing this radio show in, you think that's owned by the black people or is it owned by the white folk? I'm asking for me, because I'm very curious to know. Do you think that building where he's at doing this radio show, do you think that's owned by the black folks or that's owned by the white folk? I'll wait. Anybody can really answer that because I'm just wondering. Carlos, do you know the answer to that? Is that black owned? Is that a black owned building where he's in doing that radio show? I'm not sure. I don't want to assume that it's not, but I'm just making sure because maybe you asked because you like Dr. Umar's #1 fan, and I know you will know.
What does that have to do with your previous point?
I'd be darned if I sit there. Anthony Johnson in the United States, that brother was just kicking us in the butt because he wanted to be like the best white.
Now, okay, wait, you say, okay, so you say white, right? So you don't think he put himself in harm's way when he say some outlandish things about the white people? I mean, let's just be fair. He's on their property doing a radio show. He has to pay the white man to rent a space up in that building so he can do his radio show. Just saying. I don't think he bought that building. No, I'm talking about what he doing the radio show in. No, I'm talking about the building right now where he doing this radio show at right here. And all I'm getting at is, do you think that's safe for him the way he talks about white folks? Do you think that would be safe for him to continuously keep doing, knowing that he's going up into these white folks' property talking about white folks? Just asking a question.
It's flavor. What are you talking about, brother?
Thank you jumping all over the place, my brother. Black power. You jumping all over the place.
This is our last break for the segment.
Man.
I know. It was a good one. But again, it's important that we be able to have.
Yeah, but he gonna be a martyr, so he can't speak his mind because look, not worth. No, I'm not saying he can't speak his mind, but come on now, let's just face it. Now, Dr. Umar is very vulgar with his words when it comes to white folks. Come on now, we ain't gonna sugarcoat that. And you're going on to white. This is some diabolical shit right here. Man, look here, man. It's not what you do, it's how you do it, man. You can have a disagreement with whoever, but the way he says certain things to me, I be thinking to myself like, man, I don't want to put yourself in harm's way for no reason. I mean, you could believe in the cause that you want to believe in, but it's just, you just got to not move all funny and shit. You feel what I'm saying? That's just the way I'm seeing it. It's just my opinion. I mean, you can say I'm buck dancing. You can think that I'm this and that. I don't care nothing about that. I'm looking at safety wise, because look, just because you got freedom of speech, it does still come at a consequence when you say the wrong thing. When it comes at a price. I'm telling y'all, look, we all got freedom of speech. We can say whatever the hell we want to say, but it does come at a price, especially if you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Slander, defamation. I'm not playing no games with no slander or no defamation of nobody's name. If you ain't got that on your name, I'm not saying nothing. His direct diplomat approach never helped. Maybe his approach will help. Maybe. I mean, it's possible not worth it now. I most definitely ain't gonna rule it out. Yes, free speech ain't so free speech if it's coming at a price. I'd rather just keep it cool. Yeah, I ain't never scared. Ain't talking about some never scared, man. All right. Big pun around here. So now Dr. Umar turns into Big Pun over here. I told you, mother, I ain't never scared. I ain't never scared. Boy, you got your pom-poms on full display on now here, Carlos. Then you got your Medi and Petty. Boy, you really feeling yourself on this Thursday evening, ain't you, Carlos? He get his Medi and Petty done, and then he got his pom-poms out on full display, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Carlos for getting that Medi and Petty today on the Thursday. Yeah, you feeling good, all right? Yeah, you feeling good, boy. Yeah, pause. But you feeling good around there. I know you is. Shit, boy. Well, I'm talking about you twirling and dancing for your Dr. Umar. Pause. Shit. Boy, you show a lot of support for Dr. Umar, though. Yeah, Carlos. You show a whole lot of support for old Dr. Umar. You know, EV, you know he gotta bring his pom-poms on out, you know what I'm saying? D to the R to the U-M-A-R. What do we say? Dr. Umar. Twirling around and shit. Hey, that's gonna be for another show. I ain't gonna show all that now. No. I'm showing that. No, I'm making another show about that, Carlos. Yeah, I got it. But I ain't gonna put that. See, Dr. Umar it was all about Dr. Umar in this video, in this live stream. I'm gonna make it about Dr. Umar. And plus, I think I did a good job on not slandering and defaming Dr. Umar's name. Now, I told you, if he brung up the school thing, I was going to say something. What I do, Carlos, why I gotta be evil, man? I'm a peaceful brother. I ain't evil. Ain't that nothing talking about I'm always bullying you? Ain't that about a... Boy, I swear, these people, you know, hit you with one of those lines. You people. You people. Well, look, y'all. I done had fun going over this Dr. Umar content. Shout out to the chat. I need y'all to hit that like button, and I need donations, gifts. I need you, brothers and sisters, to get on your PayPal. Get on your PayPal. Brothers and sisters, I need you to get on your Cash App. Get on your Cash App. Donations, gifts. Donations to the content creator that's bringing you his raw reaction to Dr. Umar. It has been a brief Dr. Umar parody. I appreciate everyone that came out to participate in the show. The next show will be some body cam stories. I will be getting back to doing my body cam stories reactions. You know, I got to kind of, spread it out a little bit, y'all, because I don't want to drown y'all out just with no body cam stories. I want to mix it up and do some other things and have some deep conversations. And we most definitely is going to move that direction towards the summer. All right. There's a lot of things that I do want to go over. There's a lot of ideas that I got. I'm making sure to dot my I's and cross my T's before I actually bring it to YouTube. So I will be keeping y'all informed in that. But yes, I do got some things going down the pipe that I would like to try to, implement in the show. So like I said, to be continued with that. But anyway, salute to the chat. And thank you for telling me that my content sucks. Thank you for giving me a view. All right. Now, off you go. I'll see y'all later, y'all. Some things I agree with him on. Certain things, not all that, not all that, Carlos, because he programmed for real. Some things I agree with, and then it was just certain things I'm like, man, come on, man. You can't be serious. And then I had to understand that, yeah, he is serious and he too far gone. He's been programmed in a certain way for a long time. So I don't agree with everything that he said, but he made some points that I could be like, damn, he made a point right there and right here, but he old school. So I expect him to talk a certain way, and I ain't mad at him. You know what I'm saying? Either way, am I going to call him a sellout? No, man, I ain't going to call that man no sellout, man. Look, you have the right to form a foundation or business relationship with anybody you want to in this lifetime. And I'm not going to let nobody shame me of who I want to do business with or who I want to associate with or none of that. Yeah, well, shit. Well, I think if not, never mind. I ain't even about to go there. But shout out to the chat. I'm up out this thing, y'all. Y'all been good. Appreciate y'all hitting that like button. And again, if you're feeling generous and you is in a giving mood, please donate. Donations, gifts. I'm Johnny Blaze and I'm gone. Y'all have a good one.